Green Day. Let's go.
This Green Day?
Yeah.
Oakland zone. Let's go.
Oakland zone? They're from...
Is it Oakland or Berkeley?
Oakland. They
They're
claim
from
Oakland.
Oakland?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Green Day's like big, right?
Green Day was huge.
They're like millionaires, right?
Dookie's
they're
one of
massive,
the greatest.
yeah.
I would say 93 or 94. Probably one of the top 5 albums of that year.
American Idiot, early 2000s, yeah.
Yeah.
They're from Oakland?
Yeah. Billy Joe. Is it Billy Joe or Billy Joel?
Billy Joe Armstrong.
Some
Billy
people
Joe.
are saying they're from Rodeo.
What, Green Day?
Yeah.
Where's Rodeo?
Rodeo's like kind of past, I want to say it's right past Vallejo.
Okay. Oh,
in that area,
okay.
Fairfield, Vallejo-ish.
I thought they were from
I think they claim Oakland, though. Like maybe in high school or something. They went there.
Well,
So it's like being bored as heavy tail, but claiming San Francisco.
like Tom
Basically what
Brady.
they're doing.
Well, like the best video they had, even though no one would ever do this anymore because you would contract every single disease ever. When they has his hands on the Powell Street station, the bubbles as they're going through the tunnel. That's probably, I think it's When I Come Around.
Right.
It's one of my favorite videos of all time.
All right, you know what? I'm going to make an executive decision.
What's that?
Positive vibes. Warriors
Let's
won last
go.
night. They score 136 to close out their home regular season schedule. Brian and Palo Alto has been released from Alcatraz. We paroled him out. He can call back tomorrow.
He's the
or
Birdman?
Friday.
He escaped?
He escaped. No, he didn't escape. We just let him out.
Okay.
Just gave him a little ticket. That's all. Positive vibes, so positive.
So people are saying Rodeo is by Pinole, Crockett, Hercules, etc.
Oh, that's where it is.
Okay.
All right, I messed that up.
I know where Crockett is because it's right before that bridge.
No, Rodeo's not a bad place to live, too. Nice houses out there. Very nice. All right, let's go to Petaluma's finest. Lubman's in my ear. He's actually producing today.
The 707 is the area code.
Well, you know, Lubman's just all freaked out because Logan Webb's on a mound, a big start against Dylan Cease out there in Chicago. Lubman is like, he wants that 3-2 Giants record so damn bad. He wants to win so bad today. He's on edge.
I need Logan Webb to earn that contract
He's
extension.
got to be reading reads I'm not even supposed to read. It's supposed to be for next week.
Well, that's
reading
someone above
But
me
you know
who made
what?
that mistake.
That's why you would want to sign up for a sponsorship here with 95.7 The Game.
Yes.
We might not only just read the reads that you need,
Yes.
we might also give you even more advertisements.
Absolutely. Like Metro Cafe, who the owner, Omar, DM'd me yesterday, said,
Yeah.
I will drop some cheesesteaks off now. Now, I'm going on a massive diet on Monday.
Oh.
So, Omar, if you're listening, Metro Cafe,
This
we need those
Monday?
cheesesteaks till Friday. We need to get it all in right now.
Because it's
Please.
the Giants game on Friday.
Oh, yeah, home opener.
Yeah, I'm going out there.
Home
Did you
opener.
see? It's freaking going to rain.
I could say something, but I won't.
What's that?
I want to say something to Dalton Johnson, DJ. Skyrocketed into business. NBC Sports Bay Area, Petaluma's finest. I enjoy his coverage of the Golden State Warriors, writes great articles. He was out there last night, of course, at Chase Center as the Warriors wrap up their home schedule 33-8. Hopefully they have more home games in the foreseeable future. Dalton, good morning. What's up, man?
What's up, guys? Good to be talking with you. Appreciate it.
I can't believe you woke up to come on this program today, but you're a better man than me. Listen, DJ, last night, obviously Jordan Poole in the fourth quarter, but the big story is Andrew Wiggins being back and how he connects this basketball team. First, I want to get your impressions of Andrew Wiggins and Bob Myers on how they spoke to the media before the game. Of course, Bob thanked the media for respecting the privacy of Andrew Wiggins. What was your big takeaway from that presser?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think Andrew, of course, was very happy to be up there next to Bob Myers to have the support of the Warriors. Everything was very supportive as far as in their messaging. And this, to me, was just kind of another reminder that last year we talked so much about Andrew Wiggins truly finding a home with the Warriors as far as a player, with his fit. Obviously, he signed that early contract extension and everything. But I mean, you go back to draft night. This guy was the number one draft pick, hailed as the Maple Michael Jordan in high school, all the hype at Kansas, number one draft pick. And just like that, LeBron decides to come home. He's on his way out to Minnesota. He was in trade rumors for years and years and years. And finally, he's somewhere where it feels like the respect is there, the trust is there on and off the court. And that was just something that was a reminder to me while listening to Bob Myers, while watching Andrew Wiggins kind of just nod along to his message and be open with us and want to be able to talk with us for the first time in nearly 2 months. So clearly it was great to have Andrew Wiggins back in the arena, back at Chase Center, and the Warriors couldn't be happier right now.
What's the sense that you get in terms of when he'll be able to come back and play for the team?
Yeah, that'll be really interesting. I mean, he got a on-court workout yesterday. He was in the weight room with Rick Celebrini. this is obviously going to come down to Celebrini and the medical staff. It was listening to Andrew Wiggins and just kind of watching him. It was interesting to try to see where he's at. We know that he's not only a top athlete on the Warriors, but one of the best athletes in all of the NBA. I will say from an outside perspective, he was talking about what he's been doing. We heard before that he was working out every day. He made it sound like, yes, he was getting a lot of workouts in on the court, getting a lot of shots up, but also said that he lifted a handful of times, that he was on the treadmill here and there, that his conditioning was more in his on-court workout space compared to, running hills, things like that. He did look, this isn't someone who's bulky, but did look a little skinny, I'll be honest. And it'll just be interesting to see how quickly they want to throw him out there. I would err more on the side of caution, expecting more if we see him in the regular season Sunday compared to Friday. But again, this is someone where even if you can just get him out for spurts to just get his body that feeling of being back on the court before the hopeful playoffs on the play-in would be great for the Warriors and great for Andrew Wiggins. And it's just another incentive really for the Warriors to be a top 6 seed. Giving Wiggins that extra rest is going to be huge for him and the Warriors.
No, you make a great point. Dalton Johnson, Petaluma's finest here on the Morning Rush on 95.7 The Game, does a great job covering the Warriors for NBC Sports Bay Area. And you're right on point, man. Speaking about Bob Myers and the way he handled it, him sitting next to Andrew Wiggins, and the way the organization rallied around Andrew Wiggins and gave him space. But also in the meantime, guys got a lot better. Jonathan Kuminga got a lot better. DiVincenzo got a lot reps. But how about Moses Moody, who has had a lot of DNPs this season, Dalton, and him and DiVincenzo helped flip that game in the first quarter, and then he played well late in the basketball game as well. It was a welcome sight to see Moses Moody contribute to the win last night.
Awesome to see what Moses Moody was able to contribute last night. I mean, look, these were his most meaningful minutes of the entire season. He had played 30-plus minutes here and there in games where the Warriors didn't have their guys, in games where there were clear blowouts. But last night was easily his most meaningful game of the season. Came up absolutely huge on both ends of the floor. When I go back to last night's game, two sequences really stick out the most to me. The first one is Moses Moody coming in there for that offensive rebound, ripping it away, and in an instant jumping back up for a dunk right there. And that's the way he played. He was flying in for offensive rebounds, getting jump balls, hitting key three-pointers. And then the other one was the scores tied 115-115 in the fourth quarter. And you see both Gary Payton II and Dante DiVincenzo flying up for a missed Jordan Poole three-pointer, tipping it right to Steph Curry, which wound up being 3 points for the Warriors. And that was just the energy that the bench brought the whole night. As you said, guys really stepped up in their opportunities with Jonathan Kuminga, Dante DiVincenzo, obviously GP2 recently with Andrew Wiggins being out. But then Moses Moody, you got to give him so much credit because the Warriors from day one of his rookie year to right now have praised his maturity, the way he's been able to stay ready. And there's times when you're going, okay, we hear it, you're praising it, let's see it on the court right now. And then he goes out there on the 80th game of the season and what essentially was a must-win to try to avoid this play-in game and gives him that. I mean, that has to be a huge confidence boost for Moses and for Steve Kerr alike, knowing that you can go in, throw this guy in truly any situation, just like he did in the playoffs last year, and know that he's going to be ready. So, again, hats off to Moses Moody for what he provided to the Warriors last night.
What did you make? Obviously, Clay was like a late scratch, and they start Anthony Lamb. It doesn't go as well as everyone would like. And there's some lineup tinkering. I mean, there's been lineup tinkering all year. What was your overall thoughts in terms of the starting lineup and then how they adjusted, obviously, going into the third quarter and then into the fourth quarter, going with all the small guys?
Yeah, I mean, look, the starting lineup, obviously a very late scratch with Klay Thompson's lower back flaring up like that, and it was definitely a head scratcher to me to first see it. On the surface, it made sense just in these terms, the fact that Anthony Lamb, size-wise, can be somewhat comparable to Klay Thompson. The fact that as a trio, Anthony Lamb, Kuminga, and Draymond Green have been really, really successful together. And that five-man group has been actually successful together.
Right.
That five-man group also has only played 28 games the entire season.
Wow.
Anthony Lamb hadn't started a game since December 28th. This is the 80th game of the season, and you're throwing in a lineup that hasn't started one game together. So that's why I'm like, hey, maybe not right now. I understand the numbers, but these are more for shorter spurts, right? Mm-hmm. This is a group that starts the second quarter together, and that's different, especially obviously with everything that's on the line. And the numbers just spoke for themselves. I mean, the starting group played together for 5 minutes and 42 seconds. They were a -8 together.
Wow.
And then that more of a group that's more used to each other with Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, Dante DiVincenzo, Draymond, and Kevon Looney, they wound up playing 8 minutes together and were a +12. So, the necessary adjustments were pretty quick. The experiment failed pretty quickly, but you got to give the coaching staff and Steve Kerr credit, too, that they made a quick adjustment, that they didn't try to go back to it. Anthony Lamb didn't play in the second half until it was quote-unquote garbage time, the last minute and a half. So, again, on the surface level, by the numbers, it made sense, but not to me at this time of the season with what was at stake. And they made the necessary adjustments, and the bench stepped up big time. This was just a different kind of strength and numbers game for the Warriors after making that quick adjustment.
No doubt. Dalton Johnson, we'll get you out of here with this. How do you think the Suns will play it this weekend? We got all these tiebreakers, right? But I think the Suns hold the key because they play the Lakers and the Clippers in the season. And I wonder if the Suns will rest their guys, and then what does that mean for the rest of the Western Conference? Because we all know the teams won't admit it, but they much rather play Sacramento in that first round than the Phoenix Suns. Any word on how some of these teams are going to play it this weekend, or you like us, we're going to just have to wait and see?
Yeah, I think you're going to have to just wait and see. With the Suns, there's obviously reasons to try to sit them. They obviously have secured that playoff berth. We know the health issues with guys like Kevin Durant. We also have seen how really, really, really good, unsurprisingly, the Suns are with Kevin Durant. At the same time, they might want to just keep that rolling. They're undefeated as a group.
Right.
You want to keep getting, but it's only been a handful of games, right? I believe it's been 7 games now, and you want to keep getting that group more and more time together. So I would not be surprised if Monty Williams goes, hey, until I hear, I'm going to play it cautious. If I hear anything about injuries or, lingering bumps and bruises, let me know. But we have to have this group playing together at full strength. And I'd rather have 9 games together than even 7 games together, So everything matters as far as that chemistry goes for the Suns. Obviously, a wait and see kind of situation. But I wouldn't be surprised if Monty Williams doesn't kind of let off the gas and keeps going to get Kevin Durant more and more of that chemistry with this group going together into the playoffs.
Yeah, very interesting. Warriors, Clippers, and Lakers have 38 losses apiece. The Pelicans sitting there with 39 losses, a big loss to the Kings last night. They have the Grizzlies, Knicks, and the Minnesota Timberwolves on the road coming up. So I don't see them. They may go 1-3 over this last 4-game stretch. So it's going to come down to the Warriors, Clippers, and Lakers for those final 2 spots in the top 6. Dalton, you're a good man. Thanks for waking up with us this morning. Keep up the good work.
Thanks,
NBC
Dalton.
Sports Bay Area. I see you Friday.
Appreciate you guys always.
Anytime. Petaluma's finest, DJ. Probably should have got some baseball texts here. Former college baseball player as well.